Vegas has joined us. The Vegas has joined. Oh, he's letting the hair down. You better go ahead with your inches. You're gonna make people jealous in here. Shoot. Okay. Finn Bell, the beautiful, the glorious, is also joining us with Easter Poetic Desire, coming back to us in full effect, I'm sure. Vale Larkin in the house. Shout out to them. I'm so happy to have you as well. Elemental, the dopest host on the Monday universe. And the universe in general is up in here with us. I'm sure he's going to give us all that good energy and emphasis on energy. Brandy Strickland, that looks like Pam. I see Pam over there. That is Pam. I say, hey, I don't know nobody Brandy over there. Maybe you. Okay. Is that Whisper Poet? I see the foot. Greetings to you, friend. Okay. Thank you. Look, put whatever you can in. I hope you put your foot in the poems too. Okay, that's what we need here. Samuel Rain, Oshun Yo Yin, greetings, goddess. Welcome back to the space. All right, y'all know what it is, Mr. Tezazomok. I know he's going to be giving us chapters. I hope we get to take a ride into a different land with you. If not, that's okay. Whatever you bring is more than enough. We are going to get started up in here. So same request as always. If you can see the screen, let's go ahead, give me one of them thumbs up, okay? So that I know that we're together, right? And I'm not just talking to myself. Sometimes I do that. So don't let me do that, okay, guys? Right, I'm gonna share screen right now. And y'all gonna give me all those good thumbs, right? Where we go? Where our thumbs at? Can y'all see? Y'all good? All right. Oh, thank you. I even got an animated one. Y'all getting fancy. All right, we're gonna hit the present button and we're gonna get into it. All right, come on, give me the button, man. There we go. So, if you are unaware of where you have landed yourself today, at this moment, this evening, let me let you know this is the Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We've been doing this thing for 50 years. Can you imagine? 3 years on the online side, but 50 years on the realness, okay? And I am your host for the evening. My name is It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE. And if you ain't get that and you want to get that, here you go, right? You can join this family. We are inviting you in. If you need conduits to more safe spaces, please just take a look at the list, all right? At New Eurekan Poets Cafe, at ITSRAYJANE, at Elemental, that's with a 2, okay? Elemental the Poet, our host of the Monday night online open mic, and our host of Voices and Vibes, our karaoke events, and, our display of our artists who are doing their own thing in their own way, which is exactly how we want you to do. That's Paul Conqueso, okay? And in the background, holding us down, making sure we're all safe in here and that the show goes on. That's our brother in the background, RMT or Ron Mark Thompson, but we'll get into a little bit later who and what that is. And don't worry, before you leave, you will understand, all right? So tonight, we are asking you guys to come through with 3 minutes of poetry, music, or comedy, all right? We suggest 3 minutes so that we can get to as many people as possible. 20 guaranteed folks. That means those folks signed up 24 hours ahead of time. And don't worry if you don't know what I'm saying. In the next slides, you will. We will tell you how to do it so that you can have a guaranteed spot. And if you do not have a guaranteed spot, I don't want you to fret, right? You showed up. You did all the hard work. All you got to do is hit me up in the Zoom DMs. And we got something called the Good Luck Round for those folks who did not get to sign up but still want to spit. All right. And I think I still have the full list, but I'm going to drop that in the chat in just a bit for you. I know you're chomping at the bit. Where did I stand, Ray Jane? Did I make it? Am I at the end? Can I get a snack? We're going to make sure that you get the answers to all those questions in just a second. But for those folks maybe joining us either here in Zoom land or out there in YouTube or Twitter land or Facebook land who decide to join us next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern and want to make sure that they are on the guaranteed list, list, what you're going to do is go to theneweurekan.org 24 hours ahead of time. So since we're here spitting, sharing, being brave and vulnerable with each other, 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, you are going to go to theneweurekan.org at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday to sign. That's right. Y'all got it. I know y'all following, right? Then you're going to go to full events calendar, follow the arrows. I made them move and everything so it could be easy, right? Full events calendar, your Thursday of choice, that 9 p.m. slot. And the most important thing, if you don't remember nothing else, is artist RSVP. Some of y'all are still choosing view RSVP. I know y'all just want our numbers to look good, but you don't gotta do that. If you're just gonna come through and watch, you can just come through and watch $3.99. Save yourself some time. But if you're trying to get on the list, RSVP is how you get it done. And we try to keep things simple. It's the same rules on Monday night, but Elemental is here and he's gonna tell you more about that later, okay? The only rule up in here on Thursday nights is don't get cute and get the boot. This is a safe space, right? And we throw that phrase around over and over again, but we task you with helping us to ensure that this does remain a place where you will not be offended, right? That you can be yourself in the fullness of whatever that means, despite whatever oppression says, okay? So if you hear something, see something that you don't like, please help us, right? I already got 4 eyes. Only one of them really worked too good, okay? And we got Ron in the background as well. And also Elemental, if you see something that you don't like, send us a private message and we will get it dealt with, okay? And you see I got RMT there. He serves a lot of purposes in this room, okay? One is to help us get that boot swinging when it's necessary. So we get rid of folks if they are hindering that good energy and the movement of these words and these ideas, these feelings, right? Because that's what we're here to do, is move the world. We can't do that if we caught up on disrespect. So we can't have that, okay? And it's a free space, y'all. It's free. Y'all ain't gotta do nothing. You ain't gotta pay to get up in here. Okay. And there is a reason for that. And it's called sponsors. So we're gonna take a second and give thanks to the folks that allow us to do this week in and week out. So shout out to the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. And please keep on doing what the Lord's work. Please, we need all the monies, okay? And if you want to add yourself to that list with a tax-deductible donation, you can hit us up at theneweurekan.org/contribute or Cash App us at $ New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Every little bit counts. We are in the process of a huge building process. So please throw us $1 too if you got it. And boom, this is what you really came for, right? Where's the list, Ray Jane? I ain't got no more money. Don't you know inflation is crazy? Okay, I want to see the list. Where's the free fund? Okay, so check out the list. As you can see, it's busting. I'm excited to hear all that you have to say, all that you have to share. And if you do not see yourself on the list and you want to change that, let me know. Send me a private message, and we usually have space for about 5 people in the good luck round, right? As long as folks keep their pieces around 3 minutes, we usually are able to get to everyone. Now remember, this is a technical space. It's the Zoomverse. All kind of hell can break loose, right? People calling you, your internet done went down, right? It's the whole electric storm outside. We understand, right? Things happen. Sometimes you don't get to your bills on time. We got it. It's okay, right? So if something happens to you in this technical space, just jump off and jump back on and let us know that you are back so we can get to the entirety of your piece. And also, if you are presenting original music with instruments tonight, please put your original sound on, because we would love to get into this love with you, and we can only do that if we can hear you, okay? And we want to hear all them twangs and everything you got going, okay? So please do make sure that you put your original sound on, all right? We got a lot of stuff going on at the New Eurekan. Okay, it's a party here, it's a party there, it's a party everywhere, okay? So this is just a few of the things that we have going on actually in the New York right now. The reason why Ron Mark Thompson got to keep it mute, because it's pretty loud. There are actually working on what the show on Saturday will be with reconstructing myself, right? I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later. And also, we got our first LGBTQ open mic at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, because that's what we do. We keep on pushing the envelope. We don't let ourselves get too comfortable, because there's always a new way to share, to grow, to positively infect each other with this good creative energy. And it's featuring Nejma Nespertiti. Now, if y'all don't know, get into it, okay? And again, stay tuned, because Ron Mark Thompson around 10:30ish is going to be jumping in and letting us know what we can find in the bricks. That means within the New Eureka itself, if you happen to be in the New York City tri-state area. And if you are not, we got some other online things that you should know about as well. And this is just a little something that we do here on Thursdays, right? I like to sing to you if I can. Okay, so you got something you want to hear me sing to you, or you want somebody else to get a little song message, then let me know in the private message, and I will do my best to cover your song, okay? So, boom, we're going to get into what you actually came for, and that is the poetry, correct? Yes, get excited, get excited. All right, I'm going to drop this list real quick so everybody can be reminded where they stand on the guaranteed list. And again, if you don't see yourself, do something about it, all right? And hit me up so we can hear you. So boom, there goes the list. And boom, we're going to get it started. First poet out the gate. Y'all give me some shoulders. Y'all give me some excitement. We're going to give him some hands. We're going to give him some fingers. We're going to give him some claps. That's right. Get moving in your boxes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First person up is Deadpan Lizzie, our beanie goddess themselves. Okay, please unmute yourselves and welcome back.
Beanie blessings to you, Ray, ERMT, and the community, and happy Pride, everyone. I have a book coming out next year, another book, so stand by for that with Telltale Poetry. And I'm going to be reading one of the poems from the book tonight, which I've read before, but not in a while. This poem it was kind of requested by a Boston Red Sox fan, because it has to do with the Boston Red Sox, and as we see, I'm a Yankee fan, but we get along. It's a comedic erotic poetry, but of course, I asked for consent because that's the right thing to do before reading erotic poetry, whether it's comedic or not. This is called The Next Great American Orgasm. The New York nipple masochist loves to get deadpan dirty. I'm a freak in the silky sheiks, getting off on competition, rivalry, watching you strut to the bed in nothing but a New York Rangers beanie, hearing you softly whisper franchises as despise in my ear before I bite it and you bite me, getting wetter as you recite the lineup for the Boston Red Sox as I pleasure you. But you know what really turns Professor Strauss on? Using grammar correctly, beginning with oxbacom or foreplay, putting those punctuations inside the parentheses, knowing the difference between your and you are. And if you place the apostrophe perfectly with consonants and vowels, I'll just keep going. And if you surprise me with an dash, I'll let my tongue go numb. You won't know what hit you. I'm better in bed than of mice and men or anything Hemingway tried to pen. Salinger used to make my brain come, but all I want to do is continue to make you Great Gatsby in the paleontology section of the New York Public Library. Rattling the bookshelves, the Dewey Decimal System will be a cum-covered mess. Pages sticking together, grades will slowly be extinct. So autodidact, put your fingers away and let me teach you all night long. Divine Sex and Next Great American Novel et al. Too bad I did not have a pen, but I can always sneeze you out a poem. I will never rid the sexually poetry cold. Professor Strauss is ready to create the next great American orgasm, because if I write it, they will come. Et tu, Brute? Thank you. Beanie blessings.
Yes, somebody said deadpan dirty. I say, you know what? That might be it. That might be it. But that's all right. Please unmute yourselves and give Deadpan Lizzie some.
Thank you.
Woo! Right on.
Set it off in here. And two brute, she said. You hear that shit? Books on books. Congrats on the new book, Deadpan, for real.
Love it.
Oh, thank you. Keep an eye out for that in early 2024. Telltale Poetry.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. We love to hear it. Look, write all the books. Okay. Do them all. That's what we want. And it's great because it gives us some inspiration. You know, not every writer write a book. So you've written many. And that's really a blessing to even behold. So shout out to you, Lizzie, for pushing forward, right? And not allowing what many people find as their, goal to be the end point of where you pushing forward to. So keep doing your thing, all right? And Michael Sindler is up to do his thing next. And he's got quite the other safe space for you to find yourself if ever you're looking for like-minded folk, maybe even sapiosexuals like Deadpan, okay? Please unmute yourself, Michael, and welcome back.
Yeah, hey, good to be back. I do want to, as always, immediately mention lighthousewriters.org. I've been having such a great time at Lit Fest, which has been going on. It's almost over. Tomorrow's the last day, but it is just being able to be close and personal with just some of the great writers of our time and take classes and do stuff is just amazing. So I'm a happy camper. Another reason I'm a happy camper is that, in my opinion, everybody's like Bob Dylan's the greatest songwriter, but I think there's somebody who's just as great. I'm not going to say better by any chance, but just as great. And that's Joni Mitchell. And she's back performing. And I wrote a poem a little while back when she did a thing with Brandi Carlile. And after this, I went back and sort of tightened it up a little bit. So I hope this version's better than the one I did just a few days ago, actually. It's called Lavender and Vermilion for JM. I wish I could mean as much to one as you have meant to millions, bleeding out your art like tears of lavender and vermilion, touching hearts by pressing frets and keys and trilled vibrations, passing from each stage of life, scales sail off into imagination. Stars and scars and candy bars wrapped up in golden foil, irises and roses growing from fertile soil, from frozen shining rivers and dark corners of bars. Your exultant rituals draw essence from the stars. I wish I could touch a single heart and take away its pain, carve a shrine that signs so sacred as you do time and time again. It's a lonely road from here to here without a conductor or a guide. Spirits get born, tickets get torn. Thanks for taking us on the ride. And just going to do one more. This is one, it's an old one. And like I say, it's sort of a lighthouse thing. It's called Moleskines. A dozen Moleskines put to use, pin scratching marks like tiny claws, leaking out creative juice. A dozen Moleskines put to use, tunneling deep to find the truth, dig for the roots, no time to pause. A dozen Moleskines put to use, pins scratching marks like tiny claws. So that's just sort of what it's like being in class and all inspired. So once again, thank you for having this space. Always appreciated. Love seeing everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. And shout out to Joni Mitchell. She's performing again. Like, come on. What a gift from heaven above, right? Please unmute yourselves and give Michael Sindler some love for those beautiful pieces.
Woo, Michael! Woo! Well done.
That's right.
Blacksmith does it again, pen sharp as ever.
That's it, right? We got to keep it sharp in here. All the better to sharpen each other with, right? As iron should do. Speaking of iron sharpening iron, someone who comes to this, Thursday and Monday and wherever they can come and shows us how a mind can expand in front of you. right? So if you're not holding on to something, you don't have a dictionary on you, get a thesaurus, go ahead and go to Google, put a dictionary.com in there, and just help yourself, all right? In the meantime, in between time, we're going to get to one of our favorite griots in the room. Mr. Tezazomo, please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hi, Ray Jane. Good to be back. Folks can follow me on Instagram under Gaseous2019. I am going to do another chapter, another episode of Time Tacos. We are almost out of Act 1. We have two more steps out of it, which is one is a combination of the refusal and the inciting incident. So here we go. Interior East LA bungalow living room night. Skippy sits slumped on a worn-out couch, surrounded by the trappings of his monotonous life. Oscar Zeta Acosta, the famed Brown Buffalo and Revolt of the Cockroach People author, enters the room with a concerned expression. He takes in the disarray and wariness edged on Skippy's face. Oscar, looking around, his voice filled with compassion. Skippy, my friend, it seems like the weight of the world is on your shoulder. Mind if I join you? Skippy, lifting his head, surprised. Oscar Zeta Acosta? What are you doing here? Oscar, sitting down next to Skippy. It's your dream, and you've invited me. I've heard whispers of your struggles, young man. The battles fought in the streets of East LA, the ghosts that haunt our community. I've seen too many young Chicanos perish to violence, discrimination, the sheer boredom of complicity. I don't want you to just be another statistic. Skippy's eyes widen, a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. He knows Oscar's reputation as a fearless Chicano activist. Skippy whispering, I feel trapped, Oscar. This place, this life, it's suffocating, but I don't know any other way. Oscar places a hand on Skippy's shoulder, his voice heavy with the weight of experience. Oscar relaying his backstory. Skippy, let me tell you a story. Back in the 60s and 70s, I fought alongside my fellow Chicanos in the trenches of East Los Angeles. We fought for justice, for equality, for a future where our voices mattered. It was a tumultuous time marked by resistance, sacrifice, and dreams that reached far beyond the confines of these barrios. As Oscar speaks, the scene transitions to a flashback showcasing the turbulent times of the Chicano movement, images of protest, police confrontation, and community organizing flickers. Oscar continues, but the struggle, Skippy, takes its toll. Many of our brothers and sisters fell victim to violence, racism, and despair that plague of our communities. They never had a chance to escape, to explore the world beyond these streets. The scene transitions back to the present, and Skippy looks at Oscar, a mix of awe and admiration in his eyes. Skippy whispering, and what about you, Oscar? How did you survive? How did you find your way? Oscar's gaze grows intense, his voice filled with determination. Oscar sternly, Skippy, I refuse to accept the limitations imposed on us. I fought tooth and nail to rise above the circumstances. I became a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of hope in the darkest corners of East LA, but I never forgot where I came from, the struggles of our people. Skippy's eyes flicker with a newfound resolve. Skippy with conviction. What do I do, Oscar? How do I find my way out of this endless cycle? Oscar takes a moment, contemplating Skippy's words. Oscar leaning closer. Skippy, sometimes the path to liberation requires to take risks, to step into the unknown. There is that man that you met the other day, Mago Pachuco, who claims to have the key to time travel. He offers you a chance to go back to the Punic Wars to find your malicia, your common sense. Skippy's eyes widen with astonishment. Skippy, time traveling offer. Is that even possible? And why would I go back to ancient Rome? Oscar's voice drops to a whisper, his gaze piercing. Oscar solemnly. Skippy, it's about more than just the Punic War. It's about finding yourself, understanding the strength and resiliency of our ancestors. It's about reclaiming your identity, your purpose. This is an inciting instant and moment of no return. Choose wisely, my young friend, for your decisions may shape not only your destiny, but the destiny of our community. The room falls silent as Skippy's mind races with possibilities. The weight of this decision hangs heavy in the air, pushing him towards a future unknown. And I'll stop here.
Man, it's always rough when you stop because I'm like, no, but, and then what happened? So you're not going to tell me what happened? That's cool. That's cool, brother. I love your stories. Thank you for taking us on the journey with you. We can see it. The imagery is so clear. Thank you so much. Please unmute yourselves and give Mr. Tessazomo some love.
Yeah, Tez.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just moving along great.
Great.
You just got us hooked. We're
Very good.
here for the whole thing.
I didn't know time tacos could be so damn crunchy, man. Woo.
Crunchy, delicious. You know what I'm saying?
All that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what sauce is this now? I'm going to change up the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But we are consuming it with joy. Thank you very much. I'm excited to see the full collection, right? When that thing gets on the market, it's going to be hot cakes. It's ain't going to be tacos. It's going to change whole recipe on you, okay? Next person up to bring us that fire, something delectable for our minds, right? In only the way that they can. That would be Vale Larkin. Please unmute yourself and trust me. Y'all better be ready. Welcome back, Vale.
Oh, there I go. Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to really quickly put links in chat and just mid-July, we're still settling on an exact date. I'm helping to organize a fundraiser for a Ugandan acrobatics troupe that does after-school programs with children. They're really amazing. A friend of mine runs them, and he's phenomenal. They've recently gotten the license to fundraise in Uganda, but they're still short on funds for their kids. So we're going to help them fundraise for that. It's going to be a showcase with videos of the performers and the kids performing, and also readers, Black diaspora and African readers performing. And I think I can say at this point that Elemental and Zamkanto will be hosting. So that'll be cool. Okay. Let's see. I was going to read two, but I think I don't have time. So let me just do this. If I don't, enough for the poets. Have I said it? I love you. I love you all. When you sing your songs to me, and isn't this all music here and everywhere? And you show your hearts, your scars, your missing pieces and aching overflow. I love you, and your honesty and your bravery, and how you open and reach to share, and how all of these are together words, requiring the subject, the object, the great world of things to hold close to one another, to ourselves. Do I say it so seldom? I love you. I can see you all boxed and apart, and yet you whisper, and I watch the tendrils thread between us like they are laughing nonsense, making us part of the whole, the great body, life, earth, and the taste of language like the richest ripe melange, like the flavor of everything together, perfectly balanced, united, complete in our singular variety. Have I ever told you that I love you? Have I showed my love in the brightness of my smile? Each time my brow creases, enthralled to your pathos, and my lips tip up, I gasp at your passion, and your illuminated reality, your redolent truth overcomes me. Have I showed you I love you. Every indrawn breath, every rustle of page or notebook paper, each moment you stare into my eyes, our eyes all together looking in. And when your voice sings out, you bring us every note in chorus, resonating soul to soul. Have I said it? I love you. The sweetest song to me is our song. Thank you.
Woo. Vale, you never disappoint, first and foremost. Shout out to you for putting together such a worthy cause. I added in your link tree to our little, I'm always stalking y'all a little bit. So hopefully the information for folks to support you is in that link tree or will be so that they can get to you. Shout out to Elemental and Zumkonto for always supporting this community without any doubt included. Please unmute yourself and give Vale some love.
Oh, Vale, that was beautiful.
Just
Woo-hoo!
yeah,
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
it was.
Yeah, Bill.
I think gorgeous.
That was beautiful.
Perfect word. Yeah.
Sweetest song to me is our song. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Combination of words and sound.
Yup. That's what I gotta say. Yup.
Yep.
All that. Most definitely. Always, again, so many people in our community really just pushing the envelope, right? Like, no, there's more that we can do. No, there are more people that we can serve. No, there's more to be said. So I appreciate and am so inspired by the boundaries that you topple every day when you choose to be creative in different ways, right? So shout out to y'all for pushing and, pushing us to push. Sometimes pushing is tough, man. Sometimes I'm tired as hell. You don't want to push no more, right? So it's nice to have a reason. All right, I'm dropping in the chat the next folks to hit the stage, and the first person on that list is our friend with the good acoustics, and sometimes he's got some tricks, and sometimes he's got some jokes. So we're gonna see what it is today. Catman Bill, please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Good evening, Ray Jane. After these past 3 years, I guess, it's been since 2020. I don't know why I still get nervous, but it's probably because you talk so much about Das Boot that I think one of these days something is going to happen. But in any event, here I am again reporting from Catman Bill's bathroom, wasting another precious 3 minutes of our time. I've concluded that I don't like humans anymore. Not present company accepted. Nothing personal. Animals are in, humans are out. I can't stand humans anymore. I know when an animal bites me, but I can never realize when a human will do the same. I find that women like to talk more than men. Us guys just like moments of peace and quiet. Right, guys? Does anybody agree with me? Maybe not. Maybe. I remember dating a woman once, and she was a little chatterbox. I would bring up cats, and she would talk about cats for about a half hour. Then I'd bring up another subject, and she would talk about that subject for a half hour. Finally, I found that the only way to quiet her down was to have sex with her. So we fucked a lot. I once dated a Latina woman from the Bronx. Bossy. Our first night of sex, and after Maria disrobed, I gasped at the mountain of pussy here between her legs. I couldn't see the pussy. I didn't know whether to praise Allah or cut and run. But I went looking for that pussy, and after a while I found it. And I thought, you know what? Maybe some guys just get tired of looking for the pussy, throw all that pussy here and just turn to dick because it's easier to get at. I don't know. I thought maybe that could be it. But I don't know anything anymore. I became a chatterbox myself during sex. I like to talk to body parts, and I whisper to them sometimes, "Oh baby this," and "Oh baby that." And then Maria once turned to me and said, "Just shut up and fuck me." What could I do? I obliged. And I just want to show you a couple of photographs I have. Hartford is infamous for having Victor Herrera. Do you see that? Was once wanted by the FBI. He was from Hartford, and he robbed $6 million from a Wells Fargo truck. And that was a historic situation. Let's see, I have a picture of me. That was not in my spiritual moment. It was a Halloween party, and I came with my sitar, and people thought I was Indian. And, something from the vineyard, that was me in my worst moments. So, as I said, I wasted 3 minutes of your precious time, but thank you.
Listen, I think a lot of us were worried about what kind of pictures we were going to see. So it could have been a lot crazier. But you know what, Bill? Listen, if you ever get lost in the weeds, all you ever have to do is ask for help. And since those women you're talking to are so verbose, they probably could show you the way. You know what I'm saying? Just ask for help whenever you're lost in the bushes. Okay, please unmute yourselves and give Catman some love for being brave.
That was something else.
Woo.
You managed to get through it without getting the boot. That's a good thing.
No,
My goodness.
I'm going to put it.
Do you?
I'm going to put it away now.
I hope you found it after you went through I hope you found it.
You gotta get in there.
Sorry to pain.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in there. You can't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find nothing. That's not how expeditions work. You know what I'm saying? You ain't bring no tools. You gotta find your way. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You know what? Just as long as you know the boot is there, then we've done our job. You know what I'm saying? Just watch yourself. That's all. Because the boot move fast when it do. You be like, oh shit, how I get outside of the Zoom? Crazy. It's magical. All right. Next person up to bring us the magic. Who's going to be trying their hand at moving the room? That is going to be one of our favorites who did us the gift of coming back to us in a big way. Okay, Easter Poetic Desire is up next. Y'all get ready. Y'all make some movements in your Zoom box. I don't know. I'm still excited from the day. There we go. Some of y'all are with me. All right, cool. Easter Poetic Desire, please unmute yourself. Welcome back, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Poetic Desire with a K, Instagram and Facebook. Yes, it's great to be back. So thank you, everyone, always for being so encouraging, checking out what I'm doing. I'm trying to get out there and keep up on it. So as you can see, writing nonstop. So today, whatever we have time for, a piece or two about getting back to the poetry, basically. All right. This first one is called Overdose of Poetry. I'm doped up on your elixirs, your multitude of scripted mixtures of metaphors and similes, personifications and hyperboles, rhyme and free verse, polished or unrehearsed, persuasions of the written, cursed truths with tongues of the spoken, words that emanate, illuminate the depths of the imaginative, diving deep into the caverns of one's soul, scrummaging for buried treasures to resurface, to resuscitate me with oxygenated breaths, bringing me back to life from starvation of inspirations. Lost in the sea of reveries, navigating writer's block, I walked the plank, jumping off course recklessly, leaving to abandonment the destiny of my dreams. Drowning in solo revelations, leaving my poetic connections in states of depression. Yet sails of passion's driven mission still led the way, still sang its silent siren song through my pen, entranced in its secrecy. The lured string I dangled from always drew me in closer to you. It waits for me to be ready to seek, the alchemy of anecdotes to be awoken from its cursed slumber, inner spirit enlivened, stirred up in endless supply, concoctions of poeticized potions with that overdose of poetry that keeps its steady flow going, building lifelines of verse to keep me from getting comatose, but instead get lost in trance with imagination's hallucinatory dance through injected saline drips of thoughtful knowledge, forever coursing through my veins, this overdose of poetry, replenishing fluidic motions of my pen that won't stop its flow to keep me drugged up on rhymes, constructing lines so sublime, I'll leave an audience so captivated, it's left addicted until the next dosage of versed words they thirst for as my poetic junkies. And then I think we have time for one more. And this one is about someone who said, you know, write about having a good pen. So this one's Anatomy of Good Poetic Pen. I got good pen. The pen is good. The ink is good. Spilling from me liquids and colors you expressively desire to flow endlessly upon skins so soft of papered reams, lines so wide open. No need to follow collegiate rules. Press my tip against your page. Wait for inspiration to travel through your barrel. Load up the bullets of ink inspiration to plunge and spring into poeticized action, an instrument that holds valuable inscriptions. A rested pen stores the unspoken. Capped dreams await dawned emergence where unwritten sentiments sweetly slumber, clipped against my heart full of truthful expressions where each chamber pumps oxygenated breaths of wisdom flowing through each delicately crafted poem that streams from mind through fingers to paper through you, my vessel, holding cartridges of endless supply, impactfully powered validity of each real or imagined vision that thrusts into the atmosphere, feeding varied notions, varied emotions of the heart to ink the anatomy of poeticized truths, truths that hold value to more than just you. Good night.
Hell yeah, Easter Poetic Desire. She said, I got good pen. I know that's right. I need a shirt that says I got good pen. And I challenge you, as you say that you are raising your own bar, right? You got your websites, you're doing your thing, you're putting it together. This is your opportunity to make some merch for yourself. Don't let nobody else use that line. Okay, that's Poetic's line. Make sure that they know that. Get on your Canva, put it on, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And if you need some help with that, Elemental is definitely the plug, okay, for this business side of what poetry can be. We believe in you. So next time, one of these next times, no pressure. You come back, you're gonna let us know. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that shirt, right? That says I got good pen, right?
Thank you.
I can tell by the giggles that you agree. Okay, please unmute yourself and give Poetic Desire some love.
Woo!
Yeah.
Got it.
Come on.
Everyone here has
Congratulations on winning your slam. That was dope. Congratulations
on
on winning your slam.
Thank you, Zumkoto. I did my best.
You what? Hold on.
I did.
Let me run it back. Wait, let me unmute you. Hold on, Easter, because we can't hear you. Unmute yourself, because I didn't hear that you won the slam. Tell us.
Well, I didn't exactly win a slam that was in, but I participated in my first one. I did the best I could. But hey, I did it. So we'll see.
You won. So
thank you, Zumkonto, for checking that out and everything and keeping up on my stuff.
Absolutely. Listen, participation is a win. Pushing past your fear is a win. That's just the beginning, right? So you got to start somewhere. We're proud of you and how you pushing, right? Pushing must be just the, theme of today. We pushing past our boundaries. Our limits are invisible, right? I want that shirt. We got pre-sales going on in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I got good pen, okay? In the meantime, while y'all get your orders in, okay? The next person that's coming is finna burn it down. Make sure you get your orders in before they catch fire, okay? And Flame-tastic, this is the adult version, the adult portion of the evening. I mean, Catman has started us off. So, if your babies ain't in the bed by now, please make sure you put them in, okay? Because Ed is about to burn it up as only Ed can. Please unmute yourself, Ed, Flame-tastic, and welcome back, my brother. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you, too. Thank you for making me feel every color but blue. I have a song real quick. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see in your eyes. I can see in your smile. You're all I ever wanted, and my arms are open wide, 'cause you know just what to say, and you know just what to do, and I want to tell you so much. I love you. Woo! Thank you so much. Pouncing boundaries. Woo! Love my post-active family. All right, little spicy P to say least, and go inside your creed. This is called Sexual Instinct. You are right next to me. You're naked and full of ecstasy. Please set this sexual energy free. You're the lock and I'm the key. I admire your flawless beauty. You're such an enticing cutie. Your head, neck, chest, pussy, and booty. Your sexual euphoria drives me loony. I hope you'll enjoy my seductive piece. Please take off your clothes and feel at ease. Let me show you my lustful expertise. You'll get inner clarity. Our tongues passionately touch the tips. I slowly move my hands to your hips. It is time for us to have a scorching eclipse. My hand slowly moves down. You gasp, but you didn't frown. My fingers go around, around, and around. It was so great that you started making chirping sounds. You pushed gently, covered me with your peach. I laughed until I heard you screech. Your pink dam started to become unleashed. Rain, it's like it's been breached. You smiled, you said, two can play this game. You engulfed my tree. You were wild and untamed. You didn't hear me complain. Oh, our lustful love we can't contain. You quickly stood on top. You moved and moved, but didn't stop. We danced and boogied and tangled nonstop. Our minds and hearts went completely pop. I sucked and squeezed your yummy breast. We were out of breath. We didn't rest. There is something I need to address. Damn, give me more of your delightful chest. The burning jolts felt so damn great. We were stuck in an animalistic state. It was just mate, mate, and mate. I'm trying my best to break your pink gate. We're in so many positions. We're in sexual competition. We're trying to reach a climactic recognition. We have just different styles, but the same desirable repetition. I can see the white in your eyes. I realize you were sexually dazed. You didn't quit. Why, I'm not surprised. Are you ready to get baptized by our erotic sunrise? I worked for a dynamic thrust. I was lost in a tantalizing lust. You felt shaken, yet you blush. I appeared to have been crushed. Your mind and heart have been passionately flushed. We slept on the sheets. We are awakened by the sun's heat. You kissed me. It was sweet. We were both felt so satisfied and complete. Thank you.
Man, and I'm still here writing down lines. I'm like, awakened by the sun's heat. Ooh, I need that. I need that. Thank you, Ed, for spicing it up in here, okay? You see all the fire in the chat? Look, the whole chat's on fire. Ed, do you have water? You know? You can't just come with the fire. You got to bring water. What are we supposed to do? Ed, what are we supposed to do? Please unmute yourselves and give Ed some love for that heat.
Spicy, spicy,
Hey,
spicy.
Can't
yeah,
touch that.
Too much, sir.
fire for fire, man. Fire for fire, man. Fire for fire, man. Do it.
Always burning.
Trying to remind us of things over here.
Always on fire.
Man,
Burners.
dang it.
Burners.
Yeah.
Burners.
Yeah. Listen, you done broke Elemental and Zomkonto. We didn't even make it halfway through the show. They broke it. What you doing? What you doing? We love it, right? If you're not here to set it ablaze, then what the hell are you here for, right? Some people come here to be liquid and have a liquid experience. And the rest of us come here to make steam out the motherfucker. Okay? Just so you know, but we're nice, we're kind, we're simple folk. All right. Next person, y'all just leave me to my own devices. I'm gonna say whatever, comes in my mind, because I trust my mind. And I invite you to do the same. All right. Next person who trusts their mind and I trust their pen as a result is Pam joining us today with Whisper Poet's Foot. Okay. Let me find you, Pam. There we go. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you. I've got a couple of pieces today. First one, the barometric pressure of my quest for inner peace soars and plummets on the wings of a phoenix. The charming falconer of my thoughts persuades me to travel back and forth to his hand. With promises of delight, he pulls me into his intriguing realm, telling me to go forth and reject my suspicious nature. He urges me to make revolutionary changes to my perceptions and beliefs. I will never look back as I rise from my own ashes. Second one's called Second Chance. Long ago, I wanted to die. I tried to commit suicide. At the time, I didn't want to be saved. Lost in despair, I wanted to leave. This life, this world, this destiny were places I no longer wanted to be. If I died now, who would I leave? My wife, son, and friends, my family. Would I want to be saved? I do not know. There's a part of me that just wants to go. Ending my pain is a want and a need. Staying alive can be hard for me. What have I done with my second chance? Little so far, but I want this to change. My first book was written to set me free. I want it to be more. I want it to be a comfort for you, a beacon to see that you're not alone, that you are worth being alive, worth loving life, worth feeling joy, worth learning to thrive.
Oh my gosh, Pam, both of those pieces. I'm here trying to write all these lines, a comfort to you, a beacon to see, right? Even just starting off a poem saying, long ago I wanted to die, but ending off as a beacon. What a beautiful message. And thank you for sharing it. We appreciate you here. We're always excited when you jump on the mic, whether that's alone or with Whisper Poet's Foot. Okay? Please unmute yourselves and give Pam some love.
Wow, taking your pain and using
Wow.
it as a
Wow,
lesson
the,
to help
the
others.
softness in
So
between.
powerful.
So
Man,
I can
amazing.
tell
no,
Nemo's
that is
really
so beautiful.
feeling that.
Way to share, Pam.
Such a
Softness
pleasure every
in
time
between
you're
is
here.
incredible.
Thank you, Pam.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
I'm glad
Pam.
those
That was really
revolutionary
brave.
changes brought you here,
That's
right?
beautiful.
All those revolutionary changes, all those spaces, all those choices brought you here. And we're glad that you did make it to this point. We're glad to have you, Pam.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Pam, for being so brave to share that. It's not easy. And yeah, thank you so much. It makes me feel not alone. Like I've had this feeling. So thank you.
Oh, oh, listen, you really don't get bigger compliments than that when the words that you write, the intentions, right, come to fruit and the perceptions meet the intentions out in the universe after you threw it out there, right? People feeling not alone. That's the whole reason why we're here, Pam. The whole reason. That's the reason why this started in the middle of a pandemic where we were all so disconnected from one another. So easy to feel by yourself, right? Siloed from any semblance of reason to exist. So thank you for giving us the entire journey, right? And not just the first part. We're so glad that you're doing this with your second chance, right? That's powerful. That's powerful, man. Y'all, woof, y'all are so inspiring up in here. I just come for the inspiration, for the good vibe, you know what I mean? So I can figure out how to do this shit right. Because I'll be messing it up alongside the rest of you. So I appreciate all these instructionals. And that's how we learn and grow and do better. We share. Didn't work for me. This worked for me. This is how I got through, right? So appreciate you for being here. I can't say enough. But I'm going to stop so that we can keep going, right? Because we got more people to get to. Because I can talk about you and them words all damn day. But somebody has got their original sound on. They got a fresh haircut. They got the ruby red guitar in the Zoom screen with us because we about to get into some music. And, for those folks who don't, frequent this space, we've come to call it Guitar Thursdays, right? Because for some reason, the guitars just like it here, and we like it. We like it when the guitars show up. So if you didn't know by now who it is that I am discussing, I'm talking about Adam Granger, who's been showing us week in and week out how to rock, okay? How to make noise in the best ways, right? Guitar Thursday's finna go up. Turn your speakers on. Save the snack for later. Okay. Please unmute yourself, Adam, and welcome back, brother.
All right. How many of you know the show Community? It's one of my favorite shows from like the early 2010s. Even the stuff that doesn't age well. But this show has it's got a theme song written by a band called the 88. And the song is called "At Least It Was Here," and we're going to play the full song of that now because I came across the song and I think it's a cool song. I'm just gonna play it for you all. Give me your hands, show me the door. I cannot stand to wait anymore. Somebody said, be what you be. We could be old and cold and dead on the sea. But I love you more than words can say. I can't count the reasons I should say. Give me some rope, time to dream. Give me the hope to run out of steam. Somebody said it could be here. We could be roped up, tied up, 10 a year. I can't count the reasons I should stay. One by one they all just fade away. I'm tired of the waiting scenes. I'm tired of the part of me makes up a perfect lie to keep us in between. But hours turn into days. So watch what you throw away and be able to recognize there's another way. Give me some rope, time me to dream. Give me the hope to run out of steam. Somebody said it could be here. We could be roped up, tied up, dead a year. But I love you more than words can say. I can't count the reasons I should stay. One by one they all just fade away. I can't count the reasons I should stay.
Come on.
Sorry, now that in the morning.
Yes.
Or in the evening.
Come on. Wake up the fucking room, Adam. Come on. Come through with them good sounds. That original sound is doing something to my spirit. Come on. That was wonderful. Please unmute yourselves and give Adam some love.
Very cool, Adam.
That riff was ridiculous.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
So damn
Wow.
good. Thank you.
Better
like
come
the
through with
shout
that
out.
crunchy guitar, Adam. You better come through with all that, man. All of
Mess
that.
up the
That's how you
riffs.
crank it up, man.
Totally
Do the riff,
janged
do
it,
the riff.
man.
Oh, thanks.
Adam, we love Adam. He's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, no big deal. So, Thursdays, that's what I do. Thanks, guys. Love you. Adam, you're always elevating the space, man. And I love that again, what is a limit? What is a limit for Adam? What? It's just the difference between now and the next show. That's it. That is all the limit is to you. And we love to see it. We love to see you grow and for making us move in our boxes. I don't know if y'all know, but I like to dance. So you know, you come with some songs, you might see me throw a little shoulder in it every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And I did not forget about those folks who did make requests, right? I know that somebody asked for Unbreak My Heart and Tony Braxton. We're going to get to that. Okay, I'm gonna do my best with you. You know what I'm saying? And somebody also said Joni Mitchell. So, you know, since we already talked about Joni and we're excited that Joni is back in the mix, we're gonna get into that as well. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna go from all of that good energy to even more good energy with the energy God himself, the Magus, right? Gustav with the gusto. He got inches today, y'all. Okay. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hi, Ray Jane. Hi, beloved poets. So I did a poem a while back called Visions of the Future, and I wasn't pleased with it. So I turned it into a cento. This is Visions of the Future for David Bowie. We are confronted with two diametrically opposed visions of the future. Under pressure that burns a building down, splits a family in two, puts people on streets. An open, tolerant society that values the rights of all individuals. Heaven's in here among the twilight and stars, like a rocket to Mars. Heaven's in here. Or a repressive, intolerant society that devalues women, minorities, and the LGBTQ community. They'll split your pretty cranium and fill it full of air and tell you that you're 80, but brother, you won't care. You'll be shooting up on anything. Tomorrow's never there. Beware the savage jaw of 1984. Fascism is on the march, and we must stand firm in opposition to it. To be insulted by these fascists, it's so degrading, and it's no game. I will fight to my last breath for a brighter future where all people can live free. I demand a better future, or I might just stop wanting you. I might just stop wanting you. Please make sure we get tomorrow. All this pain and all this sorrow. I demand a better future where everyone can express their gender and sexuality as they see fit. Rebel, rebel, you've torn your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so. Where no one who claims to speak for some God can impose their will on us all. I'm afraid of Americans. God is an American. God is an American. I'm afraid of Americans. Where all children can live free from the omnipresent fear of gun violence and death. Young American, he wants a young American. All right, he wants a young American. Do you remember your President Nixon? Do you remember the bills you had to pay? Or even yesterday, where everyone is free to vote and participate in the marketplace of ideas. I'll stick with you, baby, for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden years. Gold. Where earth is respected and cherished as truly sacred. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Will you work for this vision of a brighter future, or will we be led into Gilead's dismal embrace, a jackboot to the face for all eternity? For this is not America. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. This is not America. No. Or will we choose freedom for all? The choice is as stark and as simple as that. I feel free. I feel free. I feel free. The future's unwritten, so let us write a better one. Thank you.
better to write it than the maggots himself who remixes Bowie? Who remixes Bowie into some dope shit? Only the maggots. Please unmute yourself and give Gustav some love for that. That was
You know, I mean,
Absolutely
Maggots is the
amazing.
truth always. The
Gustav,
Always
Maggots is
on
the
fire.
truth.
yeah, man.
Truth and the light.
Wonderful.
For sure.
You Gusto, that was nice.
Yeah.
For certain.
My man.
I see the power in his hair now.
My man. The only thing left for Maggots is the dreadlock. We asking for that.
Tell him.
It makes sense now. We gonna have to call you Samson from now on. You know what I mean? Don't let no barbers get near it. They don't mean you no good. Okay. We love it. Your brain is tremendous, man. It's growing because it's coming for your brain. That's what it is. All right. The brain gets overactive, and all of a sudden, next week, just wait till next week. It's gonna be down in here. I promise you. Just keep your eyes open is all I'm trying to say. Megas, please, thank you so much for being here. Please put your information in the chat. I know a bunch of you have been doing that. The link so that we can find you. It is our most favorite thing to come and embarrass you wherever you're at, right? Especially when you're nervous, especially when you feel like, I don't know if I should be here. I don't know if I'm good enough to be here. It is nothing like feeling like that and hearing one of your New York family members in the space with you. And if they're not a loud person, making that eye contact and knowing somebody who cares about you decided to support you. That's huge, right? And we are going to push you to do that for one another as much as possible. So if you are a selfish person, this might not be the right place for you, because that's not what we do here, right? We're here to share. Not just in the experience of this poetry, but in the experience of what this poetry can do. We're going to change the world with these words, right? You mark our words, right? That's why they say mark our words. Remember that day that we had said it. So you know what to look for. And in the meantime, in between time, speaking of world-changing poets who let their work, right, move rooms, create rooms, right? Push other poets to do different things, myself included, writing stories, put you on Spotify, get you on a podcast, right? Make you sing some shit you didn't even know you wanted to sing, right? And put it in the poem. And who am I talking about but the glorious and the beautiful and the talented? Ooh, we don't even know the tip of what those talents are, but we are already so moved by them. Finn Bell, please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you so much, my lovely. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm going to bore you guys with something that you had heard before. It's an old piece. It's a longer piece, so I'm going to time myself 3 minutes, and I will cut it off exactly where the timer goes off. So Alexa, 3 minutes, please. Ooh, okay.
3 minutes, starting now.
Okay. So this is called We Linger Still. I rapped on the ceiling only twice, tiptoeing on my high perch, my egret slender limbs trembling, a high wire act, equal parts exhilaration and fear of being discovered. I rapped on the ceiling once more. I slowed my heart, slowed my breathing, listened, waited. It was all I could do to suspend the lunacy looming mere inches over me, a storm cloud riling the ornate figures that in turn watched me, enraged clown face shapes changing their moods in the waver of the candlelight, ready to condemn my slight movement as I hugged the wall. I waited, steady patience herself, because I knew that he heard me, the boy. I stood stock still, held my breath until he emitted his reply, the usual sigh, the room responding in unison with him, becoming warmer in the way of first days of summer whenever he was present. Inside the space, he was almost always present, rarely moving from the safety of the nook he made for himself when he first took up residence, but sometimes when the moon tilted in the sky at the correct angle. He liked to squeeze through the growing tear that had formed between the thinness of the plaster. Here, he made his way into the cove where one could spy upon the ballroom and all its lascivious players. I would crawl in obediently after him, and we would stare in rapturous quiet at this, our own living zoetrope, marvel in the intimacies contortions would create when bodies became puzzle games to solve in languor, when bodies were codex and fingers and tongues were keys. The hush of this old edifice was also our language, and we heeded it. Forgotten children, lost children. We needed tending. This the manor knew. I was ever in awe, following this beautiful, mute waif through endless mazes of corridors, feeling secure, knowing instinctively that his skin felt what the house was whispering to him as he touched its walls in passing, hearing how it would tell him to commune with the shadows and shapes. And he would lean his head just so, cock his ear alongside the tapestry where it was shabby, where the drapes were redolent with the ancient scent that secrets leave behind, that past dalliances smudge. That's all, thank you.
Damn, Alexa's hating on us. Listen, we love your pieces. Bring them back every time. It's never too much, and they're always so poignant and come through just as strong each time. Please, please open up your mics and give Finn Bell some love for that beautiful work.
Every word.
Yeah, Finn, that didn't
Finn sets up Alexa. Like Finn got Alexa misbehaving.
Yeah.
Krypton does it again. I'm telling you, you keep doing that, and they're gonna change that AI's voice to yours.
Yeah.
Oh, Finn.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Rat.
Beautiful.
Finn Bell,
People are poets.
Alexa.
Yes.
All the Alexas were responding. Finn, you didn't know. Look, check the chat. Make sure you scroll up. Everybody Alexa went off when your Alexa went off. But that's how we do. That's how the words get into everybody's atmosphere. We're going to move all your shit. You're going to think your stuff is, pinned down until you hear that voice, right? So listen, okay. So we got Poetic Desire is going to get us a shirt that says I got pen, right? I got the good pen, right? And then Finn is gonna work with the Alexa people, and we're gonna get a Finn Alexa. Okay, I mean, look, we coming up. We really winning tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a winner in this space. We appreciate you. Please, if you haven't already, put your information in the chat so the folks can find out what we've been saying. If they didn't already get it from every word, please let them find you and find yourself in any space Finn is in and find yourself moved, okay? Next person to move us, as only he can, got them words, right? Representing the West Coast and them gray beards, okay? Because don't nothing speak like wisdom. Don't nothing speak like wisdom, right? We don't listen good, that's for sure. But don't nothing speak like wisdom. Subject matter, please unmute that wise mic and let us know what it is that you got on your spirit this evening. Welcome back.
Greetings to everyone from Long Beach, California. It's such a pleasure. I feel privileged to be able to work out in your lyrical gym. And thank you for all the people from the East Coast that's reached out to me and Instagram and stuff like that, man. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna do a little something that's like a tribute to my elders that made me want to do poetry. Gil Scott and Amiri Baraka. The name of this piece is called Iglesias 3. He told me the revolution would not be televised. He told me. I took it for granted, or maybe I didn't quite understand it, but he told me. I just thought it was a cool thing to listen to. I dug the cool talk, afro and bell bottoms, but oh no, he wasn't talking to you. See, my complacency has created a latency between the reality and the actuality of who I aspire to be. Is it because the Black man now has the option to ride in the front of the bus? Or is it because our dollars could be so easily integrated with them and such a challenge to be segregated with us? No Tulsa, Oklahoma, no Black Wall Street, no possibility of us we trust. Or is it because this generation has yet to witness Blackberry season, chickadees swooping down from top of big house, daddy wise manifest themselves as daddy's pride roll down, daddy's eyes, babies holding daddy's trembling hand, daddy holding down his head, feeling less than a man. Blackberry bushes, bought and paid for, lined up for acres outside the back door. Virgin berries plump and ready for the plucking. Chickadee birds, claws and beaks stained, dripping blackberry juices. So sweet as he licks his fingers. Or is it because my generation has yet to feel the stinging slash of an overseer cattle nine, separating the skin from our backs and our sweaty behinds, sweat rolling like 400 years of mama's tears. See, while I was focusing on dipping, cloud nine tripping, they just reshaped the whip into a fine white booty so fine. Later on, they even offered me the crack, and I'll be damned. I settled for that with a naive, gullible, unsuspecting mind. Not just then, but even today. I can't discount the message because even the messenger fell prey to angel dust. A visionary, verbal revolutionary tried to tell me, to paraphrase, that the revolution would not be televised, they'd fall prey to entertainment lies, watered down, edited, rearranged, and quantized to be a more palatable package for the masses and more abundantly commercialized for profit. Please stop it. Like blues, like blue-eyed soul, like blue-eyed hip-hop, like blue-eyed rock and roll, the revolution should be raw and butt naked. A slave who has taken his last slash of the whip, ripped from the bosom of the motherland like a suckling babe ripped from his mammy's tit. Hear the mother's cries fade off into the distance as he bounces off the halls of large belly slave ships, only to drown in the dark, watery abyss. Stripped of his name, stripped of his family, stripped of his native tongue, stripped of his humanity, his nose is pressed upon the precipice of insanity. On behalf of the Negro race, I hereby second the motion of a Mary Baraka submission, of an injunction for the perpetrators of this atrocities to cease and desist. The Black man will exist. The Black man will exist. The Black man will exist. Hear the pop of the rope band as it rips from his wrist. What a twist with taut, glistening African muscles. Black man makes eye contact with the perpetrator of this injustice. With tribal lips, he states, if I have to leave this earthly place, your hand will never again touch us. I read your Bible in Ecclesiastic 3. Like a beaming light from heaven, it was shining on me. He looks past the perpetrator's eyes, deep into his soul. He sees a frail, pathetic image of a man trembling and begging for mercy. Please, the perpetrator begs, while huddled in fetal position. I know I will never be half the king that I see, so I cry out to the compassion and the forgiveness in your DNA that has shown again and again and again throughout history. Please, don't hurt me. Senegambia, Mali, don't hurt me. Congo, please don't hurt me. In Jesus' name, turn the other cheek. It's not these earthly riches that you seek. Don't jeopardize your opportunity to sit at the master's feet. Way up yonder, there'll be mansions and streets of gold, an opportunity to redeem your filthy souls. Look way up yonder, can't you see? Right there, Elijah's chariot. Boom, gunshot, fade to black. That's that piece.
I needed a second I'm like, am I ready to unmute? Nope, I'm not ready. Are you fucking kidding? That was tremendous. Okay, that is a performance. That is words just pouring, 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 right? So we appreciate you for lifting the OGs, right? The people who started this, who keep us honest in our practice of this poetry. I read your Bible. Come on, man. Come on, man. So many lines. And check it out. I need you to give me a t-shirt too. And it's gonna say the black man will exist. Exclamation point. You feel me? That was awesome. Please unmute yourselves. Don't let me be the only one to say so.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're the
Absolutely
subject
amazing.
matter, fam.
Awesome.
The reason you're the subject matter.
Every
Yeah.
time you mention their names, you conjure their spirit in the best of ways.
Come on now.
Keep it
Subject
pushing,
matter, you
man.
showing out again?
Come on now. Come on now.
Shout out to Graybeards, man, for real.
Set a game. Set a game.
Come on, man.
Come on. The gray beards is in the building. Okay? If you don't know what the gray beards are, when subject matter drops his information in the chat, you're going to follow, right? You see, he appreciates it when the East Coast reaches out. So whatever coast you on, let him expand that. So you know what? The South done reached out too. You know what? Across the pond done reached out too. That's the way it's supposed to be. Reach for one another. Deep, deep, deep words. As Konto said, before and after he became a horn, right? We love to see you become a horn, brother. You do it way better than I can, okay? So we love it, right? You are the subject matter for real, for real, for real. We appreciate you and your gifts and the decision you make to share them with us, okay? So I just want to take a second and shout out Ron Mark Thompson, who's working his tail off for the New Eurekan day in and day out. Our brother is tired, okay? He's handling business in the bricks themselves. So normally we'd have him come on and kind of let us see. Look, he letting y'all know, see? Look.
Just to let you know, guys, I'm here. I'm in the cafe. We were doing a rehearsal earlier today for Saturday's show. I'm going to have Ray Jane guest host the promotions, and she's going to tell you all about that show. It is amazing. You have to come. Ray Jane, let them know what's going on. And by the way, look who is here too. Elemental. It's like, Ray Jane, it was great to see you at the parade. Elemental, like you guys, amazing. Ray Jane, go ahead. I'm going to finish the rest here on the cafe. All right.
No problem. We got you, Ron. Y'all take a second, send Ron a private message of encouragement, right? Lift his spirit. Let him know his people is here with us, that he's not just here to serve his community, but his community is also here to serve him, right? And when one of us is, needing a little support, then it's our job to step in. So I'm going to share a screen with you. And we got a lot of things going on at the New York, but really the things that we want you to focus on is what's happening this weekend. And if you happen to be in the New York City, tri-state area, we would love for you to come through. So same rules apply. If you can see the screen, just give me a little thumbs up. And don't worry, it's not going to be long. I know some of y'all is like, why are you going to do that right before my show? Why you gonna do before my turn, Ray Jane? Huh? You see what I be looking at? The list the whole time, right? So that I don't forget where I'm supposed to be at with y'all. And I'm not even gonna get fancy with the full screen presentation because we don't need all that, okay? So we just want you to know that if you happen to be in New York City this weekend, we got so much. Weekends have been popping, by the way. Last weekend, the 50th anniversary New Eurekan Poets Cafe had their float for the first time in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Why? Because just what we've been talking about all night, right? We can't sit here and expect you to push past your limits and call your limits imaginary things and operate from a limited frame of mind, right? So last year we was there. It was cool, running behind the Batmobile, aka Caridad de la Luz, aka La Bruja, aka our executive director, Emmy award winning. Okay, look, the heights here are just phenomenal, right? We Kilimanjaro with our thing, just in case you ain't know. So on this weekend though, right? On Saturday, it's going up. Okay, so on the 17th of Saturday, first up is our own brother Nico Diaz, who is also ripping and running through the poetic community, showing us how to get down, running our very first LGBTQ plus open mic, right, for our queer folk, for our folks who are celebrating Pride this month and deserve every platform to speak their truth. Come on out and celebrate with us, featuring Nejma Nefertiti. It's starting at 6 p.m. Come through, curated again and hosted by Nico Diaz, and sponsored by none other than the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. You already know what it is. And trust me, you're not gonna want to leave because it's a vibe every time you go to the New Yo, and it's always a show stacked on another show. And why should this be any different? So the reason why Ron is doing his thing in the background is because we got Anthony Rodriguez's show right after that at 9 p.m. called Reconstructing Myself. Right? Come through. I heard it's going to be bananas. If the prep time is anything to tell you about how dedicated they are to putting on a great show, you already know what it's going to be. $20 in advance. Go to theneweurekan.org. That's where you can get your tickets for everything. All the shows, okay? And if you forget and you want to just support in person, $30 at the door. We know times is hard, but if you're looking for something to do and you got a little money, to support another artist, we would love it if you do it with us at the New Eurekan, right? Plenty more things going on, but that's again what we want to focus in on this evening. And before we get back into the list, Ike Waltz, don't worry, we got you. I know you waiting, like I got a story for y'all. Let me go, right? We're going to ask our brother Elemental. Are you still here, Elemental, with us? Perhaps we can have you unmute yourself and let the folks know what's happening on Monday night. Is it popping like this? I think so.
You know what? Peace and blessings to the community, to the dopest hostess in the Zoom verse. Shout out the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, the one and only RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. I am your host of the Monday Night Online Open Mic, presented by this legendary space, the one and only New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Listen, this week, we are looking at Juneteenth, all right? We are looking at the civil rights to life, all right? Make sure you are plugging in, all right? This is something that we do every year, right? Juneteenth happens every year, but we're gonna talk about the flow of information, right? With all deliberate speed, come on, man, right? So bring your poetic license to Monday night. It's the hypest night of the week with the greatest community in the world. Right? You are now rocking with the best. I'm glad you got your life because it's Thursday night. All right. Make sure you are plugging in for the rest of the night. Ray Jane, please take it away and take us home. You know what it is.
Don't mind if I do, brother man. Thank you, Elemental, for letting us know where we could catch some more of this smoke on Mondays, right? Juneteenth is a big deal, and it ought to be if you call yourself an American, if you call yourself a human being, right? You should be celebrating the end of chattel slavery with us, right? Because it is a triumph for all human beings, as it should be. Okay, cool. We're going to get back into this list because that's what I came for. I don't know about you, okay? So the next person up is a wonderful storyteller. Every single time we will have you hooked to your auditory devices, okay? And make sure you're listening good because it's usually some layered lessons running up through that thing, right? Only as Ike Waltz could do. So please, Ike, unmute yourself and welcome back, brother.
This one is all about being an orphan, forever homeless. The Foster Flipper, an interview I imagined on stage. Flipping foster homes, if you can. I am that stone. A stone was thrown into innocence like glass cutters into crime. This stone, I am. A rapist's clone, a mother's addiction, the heart of me born. The stone, forever everybody's ice cold fiction. I have no home like a stone. I am alone, drift around like a stone. I am a throwaway, garbage, if you would. No neighborhood, kicked into a world as if I was a stone. I am that stone. Every day, night and day, who cares? Anyway, what I have to say is boring, out of touch, screwed up, you would say. Lonely, I would say, like a black garbage bag. It's my other me. It's all black. Black mind, black skin, black night, and all in the glare of a bleak day. I don't care, whatever you say. Black anxiety breathes in me, whatever you say. Yet alive, you did say. Find love so easy to say. Well, I love. Love is blind. At least for me. Getting fucking high, that's all I can see. And when a stone kills the dove, that dove is like a stone, a game so disturbed, embedded in my incarcerated home, without color, without soul, without a birthday, without a date of birth, I was told. My name is Mortal Pain. Today is yet another hungry you, wetting my foreign bed, and you too cannot save, as all the foster parents look like grave. Does it matter how much I take? Or was it really only that required time they gave? I was thrown like a stone, punished meat hanging on my every bone. If I only would pray, if I only could say, dear God, what did dear God say? If I only would pray. Is that all he has to say? I am a stone thrown into life by my father, by my mother. After they had fun, they threw that stone as far as they could, found and lost a discombobulated daughter, son. Hey, only my tattoo talks back. Only on rainy days, my dog and I feel safe in the public library. Not a sanctuary, but a cave, at least dry. But nevertheless, too numb being that fall guy. No fucking suicide for me, so what the fuck, don't just walk by. Don't just walk by. At least give me $1, a smile, your daily leftovers, and your thumbs up. Come on, make my day. For once, look at me. Yes, I am black. One of the 87,000 black orphans in the land of the free, forever homeless. Unadoptable, they say. Forever to be. That stone is living in me, Thank you.
Ooh, I told y'all. I told you. What an amazing storyteller. The words that you use, the choices that you make, so intentional and they come across. Please unmute yourselves and give Ike some love.
That was wonderful, Ike.
Always storytelling always bridges the gap.
I told y'all about Vincent Price when he started working on y'all.
Love that
Respect.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Wonderful work.
Ike has an unfair advantage with his voice.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that empathetic
Very
call,
relatable.
like that
Yeah.
empathetic
Very
call.
relatable.
Like, I know you're feeling this, but are you feeling it with me? Yeah, I love it.
Told y'all about Vincent Price. He gonna get you every time.
Watch yourselves out here. It's not safe, right? The voices will move you and trick you sometimes, right? But you got to use all your tools, or else what's the point of having them? So we appreciate you for bringing your tools to the forefront here and choosing to share with us this evening. Next person, talking about OGs, talking about giving respect, talking about making space for those who make space for us, right? So I must say that before we open the mic for our own Baba and Goma, man, no justice, no peace is what the shirts say, okay? Okay, please unmute yourself. Welcome back, brother.
What's up, fam? How y'all doing? Good to be here. Good to see everybody. I'm gonna try to do 3 poems in 3 minutes. The first one is from my book, I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. It's called Funktastic. If I were meant to be controlled, I would have come with a remote. But funk is eternal, so I'm real careful where I stick my finger, because I know bullshit when I smell it. And if these elections were effective, they'd be illegal. I'm praying that my folk go out and feel the burn. It's the only way to expose the truth. But if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on corruption, because these motherfuckers trying to start something, and soup's coming to a boil. I ain't feeling the flavor, so I'm playing 2 sides against the middle, using my MasterCard, charging tickets on the Black Star Line, just in case things get foul. Because word is out that even the Pope is building an army. Armageddon might be more than gibberish in the Holy Babel, and I got a leg ball on speed dial. My advice to you is we got to unite to shift this paradigm. I got 7 Babalawos on standby. I'm on that mothership. Meanwhile, I hope y'all be doing your third eyelid lifts. Second poem, Before the End of the World. If you think I'm sexy, let me know. Because we could get along before these madmen blow up the world. I could be your bridge from the past to the future, because the present doesn't present much hope, and I'm looking for an alternative to war. Maybe a dark beer or a Nazi dread woman who practices ganja inhalation meditation. I want to taste the THC on her tongue. Take me to some other place deep between her thighs. I want to contemplate her navel from the inside. Search for answers to questions like what makes her juices flow. And I'm looking for an end to rhetoric. There's a battle going on to capture your mind. Surround yourself in light. Forget your prayers. Instead of trying to talk to God, meditate. God will talk to you. Listen to the silence. It may be the only good news available as lost souls cry out the truth, sacrifices to injustice, victims of the world's disorder. Beware of bushes that burn. Wake up and piss, the world's on fire. I saw it on the news the other day, some madmen with stolen passports, men of no property who love death more than freedom, and freedom more than anything, set fire to Twin Towers in the Pentagon. Snakes' eyes came up like skeletons. The stench of rotting corpses poisoned Wall Street. Wrapped in old gory, the Dow tumbles like a drunk down a dark stairway, a victim of amnesia, forgetting all the crimes she has committed, pleading not guilty in a court of insanity. A cacophony of stolen elections, genocidal reflections, and wars that rage on since Solomon's temple. So choose the red or the blue pill, if you will. You scoffed when told to behold that the horse was pale. Liberty is stuck at the airport, bags being searched by the National Guard, cheeks spread, raped again like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Grenada, and Haiti. The news is controlled by Disney. The fantasy on your TV is stark reality. Only you have the power to change it. Put down your flag. It cannot protect you from the karma. Let's see. 3. Zoology. Epigraph. The circus is in town. The circus is a town, and you never get out of town. The original Last Poets. Sundays, the visitors come on tour buses uptown, double park for blocks, soaking up space and gospel. Fill the offering plate, leave before the sermon, don't speak English anyhow. Theater of reality is in the street, across 7th Avenue at the liquor store. T-Bone does the baboon, pants hanging off his ass, cracked out, toothless. Camera snap, snap. Lucy's, he mumbles. Got that cheap nicotine, real surreal it all seems, the American dream. Can you spare some change? Life is a crapshoot. Give me a small down payment on the Triborough Bridge. Watch the natives do the hustle, selling stolen village voices for 50 cents. Smile, click, click. Next stop, Sylvia's, now owned by Japanese entrepreneurs who dissuade fear of a black planet. After all, Starbucks is down the street from the Apollo just to make sure caffeine dreams are realized. The homeless man with the raccoon eyes opens the door, reaching for a tip since the stock market dipped. Ooh. Street corner prophets proselytize, screaming about the devil. Jesus never called himself a Christian, but the Holy Bible says God made the devil too, so boo. We ain't scared of ghosts, not even holy ones. Pour a little liquor for the walking dead. There are offerings in the cracked plate on the altar by the bodega owned by Muslims on the corner. Just jazz and gibberish spoken here, no jive. Don't waste cash on the tour guidebook. The jelly speaks in tongues.
You didn't have to do us like that. You didn't have to do that. You said I'm gonna choose 3 of them. I'm gonna hit you over the head 3 times. I believe that's called battery and assault. And I really don't appreciate it. But we appreciate you, man. Bars on bars. Thank you for showing us how to do it week in and week out. Respect, my brother. Please unmute yourselves. Give Ngoma some love.
We ain't scared of ghosts, not even the holy ones.
Not even the holy ones. Get out.
What's up?
The
That's
holy
what's up.
Babel.
We're
Come
waking
on,
up now.
Ngoma.
We're
Come
waking up
on.
now. That's what it is.
Come on. Third eye lidless. Come on. Stay woke, baby.
Fast.
Come on.
Jack up.
What now?
Just listen.
Thank you, Ngoma.
What?
Stop and just listen.
Selling stolen village voices. You better, man, come on.
What now? What
Okay.
now?
Okay. Every little bit of that. Look how you got everybody hollering at you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even being polite no more. They're just yelling. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do, right? That political activist speaking on what it is, unafraid to say what it is, as opposed to what we are conditioned to believe, right? And sometimes you got to even be told that you're conditioned. Forget the beliefs. We ain't even get there yet. Thank you, my brother. Look, you remind me of another political person that came up a little bit earlier. And I promised that I would do a little something, so I will. A little bit of Joni Mitchell for your eardrums, okay? Y'all be kind to me, because just like Erica, I'm sensitive about my shit too, okay? All right, but this ain't mine, so I'm going to try. Ooh, I get nervous every time. It's crazy. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? Joni Mitchell never lies. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sometimes you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying. All right, we're going to get into that Tony Braxton later. I got to breathe, y'all. I got to breathe. Okay. All right, next person that's going to fill this space with breath and words that we know we need to hear, all right? And that is our teacher friend. Respect and shout out to the educators, right? Showing us how to do it out there in the Caribbean. Come on, tell us how that sun feel. You know what I'm saying? Mary Ann Teff, please unmute yourself and welcome back, sis.
Thank you so much, Ray Jane. Nice to see you too, Elemental and poet friends. Yes, I come from a Caribbean island where the wind blows 24/7. And especially at this time of year between June and November, we're always on the lookout for Armageddon. Today happens to be the International Day of Global Winds. They come consoling, mild, tepid, almost spring-like in their trepidation. Berg, Aura, Mistral, Föhn. They come desiccated, they come aflame, Unseen, Leveche, Levant, Sirocco. They come unrelenting whenever hot sidles up to hotter or cool confronts cooler. They are the vivid demonstration of the power of modest differences to swell unguided into lethal weapons. They come teeth bared. Hazel, Katrina, Maria, Irma, hounds unleashed from boiling graves, leaping across the singularity of a circle of hell in which high-pitched protestations gulp down the voices of rich and poor. They come as zephyrs, gusts and whiffs, whispers, puffs, drafts, and breeze. How I wish we could unsheath an array of elegant stainless blades and plunge those airfoils into the heart of every whirlwind, that we might convert their kinetic energy once and for all, again and again, to our endless mechanical advantage. Thank you, everyone.
Listen, lady, I don't know how you got all the wind in your throat like that. I don't know how you did it, but it was blowing up in here. Come on. That was beautiful. Vivid demonstration of the power of modest differences.
Thank you so much.
How do you even come up with stuff like that and put it together and then say it so eloquently?
Thank you.
Come on. You channeled the wind. You're welcome. And thank you. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Love back. Yes, absolutely.
Marianne, yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Island
Marianne.
flavors.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. On the lookout for Armageddon? What? And then you got the nerve to come in and blow the breeze in? Come on. Come on.
Thank you, Elemental.
Damn. Listen. And Marianne was sitting here all night waiting to do that to us. Can you imagine? She stuck it out all this time and still had all of that left. And I say that to say thank you to everybody who's still hanging in there with us. You know, Marianne, thank you for your gifts, for your work, right? And for letting us know that just because the sun is shining doesn't mean somebody is not worried about Armageddon somewhere, right? So we appreciate you for the reminder. Shout out to all the folks in the room who are waiting for their go, and for those people who are not performing but just adding their good energy to the room. REF, I don't know if we're going to get to you tonight. If you're on the list, I'm not sure, but I'm so glad to see you here with us, right? Natalia Mendez, Undetermined Cause. Shout out to Brooklyn, Marsha Rivera, who was with us on Sunday, holding up the sign, right? Y'all, that's a whole story in conquering your fears, right? And being brave. Y'all don't even know. You know how hard it is to get her from out under that damn cap? Okay, it's tough. It's tough, but we are committed. Okay. Terry Rose Jerson, we see you. Tucker, we see you. Julian Matthews, thank you all for being here. For everybody whose go is coming, please be patient with us, right? We want to get everybody in, and we will. If you got to go, we understand. Look, Friday is a work day. For a lot of folks, gotta go to bed. I get it. So give your love and peace out if you got to. And if you can stay a little longer, please do. We got so many more beautiful poets waiting to share their magic with you. So speaking of, we're going to get into the next one up. And that is Oshun Yo Yin. Oshun Yo Yin. Also, that's Baba Ngoma's wife, right? So we're going back to the same room and we're going to get that same magic. And not really the same, because Oshun does it in her own way, right? Please unmute yourself, my dear. I'm just pressing the button now. It's not you, it's me. It's me. Welcome.
Thank you. And let me just say real quick, because I couldn't find him on the chat, Elemental, it was so nice to meet you in person at the New Eurekan last week. I haven't been there in 3 years, and it was nice to actually meet you in person. Okay, so I'm going to change up my usual vibe today, and I'm actually going to do 2 pieces. So this poem is called Forever. Forever is not my friend. He forgot about me a long time ago. So I've lived my life in temporary, tender tangents, one sweet moment, one drop of honey, 1 minute of joy at a time, always staying just outside the garden walls of my pain. Forever is not my friend. He was never supposed to be. I came here in Abiku, born to die, not intending to stay, until I saw him in my dreams, and I still loved him when I woke up. I knew that my time within the music of his voice, within his embrace, within his gentle kisses, was its own forever. Maybe I was meant to die and be reborn again in his radiance, in his tenderness, in his wisdom, in his unshed tears, in my compassion for his pain that he never let show. Forever is not my friend. He forgot about me a long time ago. But does he know that any moment in love is his own forever? Okay, now my second poem is lighthearted and just fun. I like this brother's voice. I kept telling him I'm gonna write a poem about your voice, and this is the poem I wrote. I love your voice. It's rich, dark maple syrup straight from the tree, running over rough bark, just pooling into possibilities. Your voice, 5 octaves, morning deep, just out of slumber, heavy with what should have been our night before and the magic that lingers the morning after. Your voice is my, sorry, my mind went blank. Your voice is midnight meditations embraced in intimate intention, seeking secrets whispered between our eyes and silent lips in a kiss. More touch than a sound, my soul arches to meet its velvet caress. Still, it's the improvisation of jazz, the rhythm in my blues, reds, and yellows, a down-home washtub bass vibrating "Come and Get Me" on the hardwood floor of my soul. Your voice is love, courting peppered passion, tenderness, seducing joy into a tryst with trust, shadow kneeling to light, inspiration defying doubt, hope hugging cynicism into gentle submission. Your voice is all that is man to me, and my men are always gods. It's a leg with tricks, jokes, and lessons commanded by Akshay. It's Ogun's ironclad protection wrapped in silk and stars. It's the sharp crack of Shango's lightning bolt ripping nonsense from the obvious. It's Orumila's sacred libation of tears pouring into Ifa's running river of prayers answered. It just resonates with a divine sound that brought the universe into existence. Your voice is full of admiration, what a woman is and can be to a man. I just have to hear it, and I'm there. It curls my toes. I love, I love, I love your voice.
Man, come on. All I can say is I agree. We love your voice, sis. So many bars. I mean, first of all, I'm collecting t-shirts tonight. So the t-shirt I need from you is, and my men are always gods. Come on. I know that's right.
You know,
Okay.
it's funny. Abigail Doon loves this poem. And when he said, the first time I did it at his house, he said, Ngoma is your man? He said, I got a whole new respect for Ngoma. I was cracking up laughing.
Hell yeah, that's the kind of poem you got to write, right? Please unmute yourselves and give Oshun some love for that.
Oh, Goma got
We
him the
know
world bit. Goma got him the
Yeah.
world. Goma got him
Ah,
protection.
Where did you
Goma
start?
got him
Where did you
everything
start?
around
Yeah.
him.
Take
Goma
notes.
got essence
Relax
around
and
him.
take
Spirit.
notes. Pay
Both
attention to
poems.
the Empress when she speaks. Pleasure is all mine. All
Sacred
mine.
libation of
Pay
tears. Stop.
attention to the
Stop.
Empress when she speaks.
Stop.
All blessing.
Oh, the blessing to hear, man.
Thank you.
Sacred libation of tears.
Welcome, my darling. What? Ngoma, you covered in words, brother? Sir, no wonder you be spitting like this every week. Everywhere you go, you got that delicious words around you. Come on now. I get it. I get why both of y'all together, right? I get why she with you, and I get why you with her. Because that just makes sense. I mean, damn, somebody talk to me like that, I might be, might have to lock it down too. You know what I'm saying? That is inspiring. We love to hear it. So many beautiful words. And we ask you, please, after you go, to check the chat, right? I always say, there's love for you in the chat. Don't leave any behind. Your community is moved by your words, and it's always cool to see which words move them. All right. And speaking of being moved by words and books and realness, right? We can't say none of that without our friend Daniel Fernandez, who keeps it all the way real, right? With very tangible poetry for us each and every week. Please unmute yourself, brother. I'm glad you made it in. How was your shift? Let us know.
Hello. My shift was all right. I've actually written a couple new poems, so I was contemplating on which ones to perform. So I'll perform one today and then another one on Monday. So for today, I have one poem. It's new. I wrote it last week, and it's called Against All Odds. Here we go. Life came at me at the wrong time, crumbling down happiness as living was sublime, chasing success but having failure pull my spine, in pain constantly as the feeling comes alive. Love is in our chest, shielded with gastric acid. We become vulnerable to damage, oblivious to realize that betrayal exists, untwist the regret of a broken wrist, laugh through chaos so that a weight can be lifted, cleaning the soul as if you would the dishes, a relationship that is being held up by a thread. I hold together what's left as I deal with the threats, absorbing the words that may possibly be misled due to anger that will eventually vanish. Nights get longer and days get colder, afraid, always looking over my shoulder. Life gets harder, but my state of mind gets older. Depending on the day, I'm losing battles like a soldier. The world is ending as it does every other year. People panic as a couple disasters appear. A pandemic hits and there goes your career. Staying home since face-to-face contact disappears. You're always on your phone like Aiden Pierce. When the money becomes an issue, the mental drag becomes severe. Against all odds as the optimism appears, giving hope to a plan that was never crystal clear. Bad drivers never miss their exits, cutting off logic instead of perfecting it. Great conversations need the right questions, twisting lies in a field of random intentions, advising to save money you never had in the first place, trying to avoid falling flat on your face, with alcohol poisoning, forgetting all the mistakes, at the wailing wall, reflecting on the days that can't be erased, an allegory that is only understood after death. Once you reach rock bottom, you know what I meant, chasing a dream because of losing wealth. What do I have to lose? Just my dignity and health. It takes one experience to destroy a happy person, stopping you in your tracks like friction, moving forward until the reason is undetermined, attempting to fix a situation that worsens. Manage sadness while remaining frugal. Soak up the advice with a grain of salt. Dragging dread with a U-Haul, walking it off like pain from a fall. Birthdays are the real New Year's. The world goes to shit as we drown in our own tears, keeping the photos as souvenirs to then burn it to have the memory disappear. I was hiding my tears behind the frames of safety glasses. I don't need it, but that way my eyes look normal as co-workers passes, sweating like a mofo as if I'm having hot flashes, dragging the days until I'm in ashes. If you think about plan B, You can't achieve plan A. Life is a horse that can't ever be tamed. Take a step back because of the gigantic flame, unable to deal with statements my conscience proclaims. Just watching as the world moves like that dog out the window, being patient like a game of bingo, killed off by desire and now stuck in limbo, living day by day like a flamingo. Expectations can hurt us, drinking until you feel the buzz. Multiply topics to discuss while alone on the bus with your thoughts going nuts. Walking over dog shit and broken glass, a sidewalk filled with stolen ambitions and rats, smells like burned grass. Surviving, that's the key to managing being in a lower class. I stabbed optimism because I couldn't deal with the lies, trying to be wise as life throws a surprise. Buy some fries and chill like a spy, improvise as I ignore the signs, write down the pain my mouth can't describe, make a poem so that I can't close my eyes. We rise and cry, laughed and compromise, time to let go and get high, against all odds, a stress double in size. Thank you.
No shit. Like I said, always real and tactile, something you could feel in your spirit. Thank you, Daniel, for being here. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Respect.
Badass, Daniel. Yeah.
Daniel.
Captain Flow in here with
your
the
pen
new
is getting
shit.
sharper, Dan.
Thank you.
That's how you
Pen is
do
getting
it.
sharp.
Looking forward to that other new shit on
Okay,
my
Daniel.
Your pen is getting sharper. Your pen is getting ridiculous.
What up? That's your style. That's your style.
Hey, a whole Beretta, baby. You heard them clips unload on you. All right, we appreciate you. That's the only kind of firearms we really need is your words. We appreciate you for keeping the clip full for us, right? And we can't wait to hear that new piece on Monday because we know it's gonna be just as good, if not better. Okay. And speaking of if not better, right? Every week, top of our head, we cross the room because of this, brother. Every week, Monday and Thursday, brain matter everywhere, right? So do me a favor, just go ahead. Everybody just put your hand on top of your head with me. Go ahead, put it on top of your head. Come on. You can do it. That's right. That's right. Come on, Baba. Baba, put your hand on top of your head. Hold on to your hat. There it is. There we go. All right. CP, you don't got to do it because it's you we talking about. Please unmute yourself, brother. Welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, let me jump into this poem. It's a poem in my manuscript, so let's have some fun. It's called For Jane. The dog didn't eat your homework, but the poverty line did. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that's an honest truth to be trusted in as much as Jesus Christ trusted in God. You went from Thunderbird to Tennyson, back to Thunderbird, from paternity test to paternity test, spent more time with Yeshua when you should have been 401k hustling, also amen, shuffling resumes on careerbuilder.com. Meet God halfway, some would say. I say riding shotgun with your religion sometimes comes with an expensive car note. Pay what you weigh for peace. You prayed it would be paved in your everyday passion. Jane, you were born with a pulse full of it, dropped out of college with a pocket full of cancerous problems. You ovarian heroin, hard times, heavy heart, beating you to hell. You still held up heaven when your massive tears left your neck too weak to walk upright with a thrift store halo. You are a baked dinner chicken in foil paper for your family. Fabulous 5'4" brunette with brown eyes. Our soul spoke slowly over flu shots on the second floor inside our Veterans Affairs Hospital. Miracles are the only meds the Messiah issued us in that moment. And Jane, I'm not sorry for that. Between the both of us, maybe we could have mustered up enough change to rewire, reset, receipts, and return policies for all of these reoccurring nightmares in our brain. Jane, passion and pain. I was also born with a pulse full of it. Post-traumatic stress disorder and survivor's guilt. I have a firecracker fist fight for a heart, a sincere fuck you that I can't edit, embedded inside my Marine Corps reasoning, whatever forced me into giving up riding shotgun. Force me into forgive me now. It's Nirvana or I'm going fucking nuclear. I'm made mostly out of pipe bombs and barrels of gasoline, made mostly out of mushroom clouds and fluent second finger sign languages. We've been paying for life for so long that we both can't really afford to die. Messiah and miracles are the only meds they issued us in that moment. And Jane, I'm not sorry for that. Poem.
Look, you gotta give me a second because my frontal cortex is over there. The basal ganglia is on the floor somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm totally dysregulated right now because my shit's fucked up. Okay, so while I get myself together, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna unmute and see if anybody else could make sentences at this point because I feel like we might all be in a similar condition right now. But we're gonna give it a try. Please unmute yourself and just try to put something together if you can. I don't know. What?
CP.
You had us put a hand on our head, but I never had a
CP Maze.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Somebody
salute.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Your words always lift me to heaven throughout the universe, make me spin 25 times and back down to earth. Respect.
God damn it, Maze. Listen, see these folks right here?
Yeah.
You do, man. You channel these cats for what you do, man.
That's the real shit.
Right razor blade, man. I'm telling you.
That is razor blade.
That's a compliment. That's a hell of a compliment.
As always. I know it's just Maze, but it's amazing. Damn it.
I have a question. So we're doing like not wardrobe changes. We're doing location changes now. You just pop in, you be on the moon, and then you pop out and outside by the building.
Correct. Listen, CP, you're not allowed to ask any questions, okay? After you do that to us, you don't get to ask us. You're going to take where we end up, okay? That man had to get up. He had to travel all the way to the East Coast to handle that, all right? You understand? He had to put himself where that level of excellence is a everyday kind of situation to really appreciate what's going on up in these Zooms. This is why we invite you to come to the bricks when you can, right? So you can understand where you belong, right? This is just an extension of your home here. And we're so proud of you and really just blessed to have you as a part of this community. I heard you say this is a part of your manuscript, and I almost lost my shit because I need that book. I need that book yesterday. I don't know about the rest of y'all, okay? I don't know what you're reading, but get your life together. Let us know when it's out so we can help you make some money or at least, change some minds. And hopefully the latter, just as much as the former, my brother. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. Look, aim to blow us away every time and hitting the mark every single time. It only seems right that, look, we got a lot of love connections in here between poets, man. I don't know what's happening, but y'all married folk is in here showing out. Boy, you sitting up here talking about elemental, you in one room, maybe on one side, right? Black Swan about to kill us. Whatever's left of us. I guess she coming for our heart since our binary going, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she's in another room, maybe not. I don't really know what's going on anymore. But I'm glad to be here, okay? And Black Swan, if you didn't know, we excited for you. And I'm asking that you unmute your mic and give us all of that electricity that's got that beautiful black fro on end. All right? Please unmute yourself and welcome back, sis.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ray J, for inviting me, man. I am so grateful to be here. It's been a rough day. I almost backed out of this, but I'm so glad I was able to push through and stay here because that's what poetry is to me. Poetry. So I'm going to read, maybe one of you or a few of you have heard this, but I just wrote it, so I'm still trying to get it under my belt. And I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you all so much. Once again, this one's called Season of Wilderness. After the waves have raped you, after they forcefully and immensely unraveled your good, self-esteemed heart, drowned your confidence in the speed of the deep, and suffocated your mind in her unforgiving depths. After your breath has been choked in the wrath and your voice waterboarded with salty bitterness, your mind caves a hollow keyhole with no prospects. After this, I buoy, dead center of the ocean, no waves, no wind, no sight of land, and no compass. She calls it my season of wilderness. How long amidst the wilderness should I tread water? How long before the waters tread me? What kind of endurance can survive this? She called me unipolar depressed, anxious and oppressed. She says it's spiritual, demon of repression. No wonder my buoying soul is adrift. An unraveling 12-string guitar singing in reverse, recklessly and immensely, a desperate solo with no prospects except one, the ray, the sea of hope. Home.
Now look here, I don't know what y'all eating over there. But if you could share it with the rest of us, that would be great. You know what I mean? Because it seems like there's a lot of energy, a lot of power in the food that y'all got over there in California. Maybe we just need to come over there. I don't know. But Black Swan does it again. Come on. You said, I got to pull it back up. An unraveling 12-string guitar singing in reverse. Shit. I came here for that line tonight. Thank you. Please unmute yourselves. Give Black Swan some love, man. What?
They are hiding the ingredients in the water over there. But it's okay. It's okay. But there is something in the water, though.
Listen, folks,
I love the
Swan is
contrast.
something different.
Man, that's deep.
They just built different. I'm telling you, they built different.
Oh,
Boom,
and they're drinking
boom.
water different, though.
They breathe different. Listen. Shout out Sistina and Novel too, for real. Happy birthday to the twins.
Yes. Happy birthday to the babies. Make sure the babies do this too. Are they like in preschool slams? You know what I'm saying? They shutting them down in the sandbox? Because you got to start early. You know what I'm saying? Look, with the verboseness, okay? You got to get up in. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's 2 of them? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are we ready? We not. Are we excited? We are. We are. Okay. Listen, thank y'all both for being here. Tremendous talents, the both of you individually. And it's wonderful, as someone said, to hear the contrast of how far the span and spectrum of powerful voices, right, can show up in a space. So we appreciate you. We encourage you. We're here for you, lifting you. Give us every opportunity to do that for you. It would be our honor and privilege. All right. And speaking of honors and privileges and voices that move rooms, griots, trees that grow out of throats, right? How are we going to talk about any of that without Zumkonto, right? Brother turns himself into an entire horn on your behalf so that you can know that you are heard and that somebody is exuberant, not just happy, not just pleased, but exuberant about what you got to share. Nah, trust. Y'all just buckle up. So Konzo, do your thing, brother. Please unmute yourself. Good to see you.
One love. Thank you so much for everybody that's come before me and for the beauty of your poetry. Next week on Wednesday, 21st, me and CP Mays are appearing on this this website. And internet radio is one of the only internet radios that from 24/7 they actually do just storytelling. So I feel great that we appear on the same broadcast, my brother, and God love to you and everybody. So this one, I just wanted to reiterate some love to you. This is how it goes. So instead of giving flowers to the living, how about we start teaching each other how to grow rose gardens? Tell our children that roses have thorns as their only defense against weapons formed against them. That if they really meant to hurt us, they wouldn't tease us with their fragrance only to make us bleed. Because if roses were us, we would say, they're just human. Let them be. How many flowers, have declared wars? And if it seems that they did, wasn't it because some stranger decided to enter a garden uninvited, too distracted to see the trespassing sign? How many things do we put a fence around that would have openly spread their arms? But we become the ones that bear arms to keep out intruders, protecting the illusion that to have more is to be the happiest. Yet we barely walk those same gardens. We keep away from our neighbors. Wouldn't tell one flower from the next, content with the power of having discovered it first. Yet only the poor gardener that turns the roots and steals shoots to replant her backyard is perhaps the only one closest to the smell of God. My mother, she grew flowers too. I think it had something to do with how she could not surgically remove the love that she felt inside. Lay it on the operating table and let it generate as much light as the darkest corners of the world were able to hold. But even our own fathers were too distracted, searching for gold, preferring to dig down than to dig deep into her soul. So her garden wilted in the sun, with no one seeing anything different regarding what her flowers had become. How their petals spread like colorful weighted wings, which only angels can dream. How they showered naked in the sun's rays until their soft skin was a miracle of illumination. How even the queen bee herself admittedly entered my mother's garden discreetly, started a hive, a whole beehive in secret. Too selfish to share the recipe. How the ghost of every bee still swarms my mother for sweetness, and the ghost of every flower that wilted shields her smile with its petals, weaving a quilt made of every aroma which pries the spirit open to reveal its innermost garden, with no trespassing signs posted, except to leave everything the same way you found it. Please leave everything the same way you found it. Thank you. Zamkond.
I don't know what y'all trying to do to me today. But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Listen, that was tremendous as always. The performance, the level of performance and passion that you put into the sharing of your work lets us know how much it means to you, right? And certainly adds to what it means to us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please unmute yourselves and give some Konto some love. Give him some horns, in fact.
Go, go,
Incredible word weaver.
Oh, man.
Our blessing.
Oh, man.
Absolute blessing.
Atmosphere rearranger. That's what that cat does. Even when he's talking about queen bees and
There's
honey.
another brother cheating with his voice, man. He got an advantage with his voice.
Right?
He's cheating.
Telling him, look, as a cheater with the voice myself, I can't say too much. So, Konto, I got 2 words for you. That was 4. You deserve the extras. I'm just saying. All right. Thank you to y'all for sticking in there with you. As you can see, it's most certainly worth the wait. Okay. And Zone Konto just happened to be the last person on our guaranteed list. So if you didn't accomplish nothing today, you stuck it out to the end of the guaranteed list. And I'm proud of you. But guess what? We got 3 people on the good luck round. And we're going, well, actually 2, right? Because one of our folks is going to bless us the next time, and that's okay, right? But we're going to get into these last 2, and then we're going to free you back into your world, into your life, into whatever you call reality. But in the meantime, we're going to keep sinking our feet into this poetry thing because it's just so good to us tonight. I don't know, how y'all feel? Are you feeling good? Like it's been good to y'all? Yeah, I see the head shaking. All right. Thank you for the hand clap, Sharika. I appreciate you. All right, next person up to blow the mic away. Man, listen, usually comes in 3s, right? But it always comes content and ready to change your mind about something, make you think about it, right? Switch the atmosphere in here. That's what Nemo does when he gets on the mic. He's like, is she talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. Please unmute yourself, Nemo. Soon we are blessed to have you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, when you say the 3 thing, the shoe fits, right? I have a micro triptych I'm going to read this evening. The Lord of Wrong wants to be worshipped. My head bowed as his ice-cold drool drips down the back of my neck. And there's some part of me that must want it or need it. Because here I am at his feet, pressing my bloody face into the gravel once again. When my mind is fucked, and my wife has to send a perfect stranger to pick me up from riding the lightning, I'm sitting in my wheelie chair, and all I can see are the muscles standing out on this man's arm. And I know it's only a matter of time before I vomit on someone. And that's when I realize that I'm crossing over from the bad place to the good place, because that's what they said would be there on the other side of the lightning. And of course, it's going to burn, because that's what lightning does when it purifies. My bad brain is getting better, because that's what it's supposed to do when it rides the lightning. The sky isn't quite so red these days here in the Demon City. It's still always 3rd shift, but it ends 5 minutes earlier on Thursdays in odd-numbered months. Thank you.
Every time with them 3s, just sneak into the spleen with them daggers with the words. Woo, listen. I'm telling you my favorite line. That's what lightning does when it purifies. Man, and if you ain't lightning, I don't know what is. Please unmute yourself and give Nemo Soon some love for that triptych.
That lightning line was
That shit was striking.
you could
Nemo.
even expand it into so many other poems, like
Ah,
lightning purifying. Oh, you could take that so far.
I gotta get that line to write a
Purify
golden
eardrums. You
shovel to.
strike them like that. Just
Wow.
like that.
That was nice. That was dope. Ooh.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Man. I mean, all the way through, you know, even in the good luck round, just taking our breath with your words. My goodness. But guess what, guys? We only got one person left. You made it. And then you're going to be free. Your bed is going to feel so extra delicious tonight, right? After all this poetry. I don't know about y'all, but mine is. I know it is. I know it is. We got one more person with us. Shout out to all you beautiful creative spirits, whether you chose to take this opportunity to share or you're just absorbing and returning good energy so that we all keep lifted in this space. We appreciate you for being here. Last person on the list, and certainly not least, is Voice Volumes. You still here with us, Aisha? Simon, I know you here. I know you here. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. You know, you gotta catch people before they get their snacks. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to Take Us Through Your Thing.
Thank you. I didn't get to comment as much as I wanted to tonight, but everybody did a beautiful job, you guys. This piece that I'm going to share, and thank you for letting me close out the night, is called Crown on the Ground. In a land full of blacks and browns, kings and queens once upon a time, flecked in gold, some red, maybe faux jewels from a distance, sparrow-headed tips pointing to the sky like royal staffs and salutes, possibly from some faraway kingdom. There was a crown on the ground. And not far off, a little brown boy stands wishing on a fallen star, that by some chance it catches fire and wind, blazes to earth and engulfs the sound from his lips, rides on his tail and trails the sky with his wish enveloped in hope and warmth, splitting the dark of midnight to navy blue sky with streaks of light. He didn't ask for much, although paramount in his world, and he dare not tell the wish, protected it like utterances over birthday candles, for it may never come true. All he wanted was his mama and daddy together, clean, just to himself, no longer sharing them with crack or coke, heroin. The system no kinder replaced this tumultuous life with stand-ins who cared less, saw him as a check or an opportunity to exploit an already fractured little soul. Here the royal court is replaced by family court, the forster systems. In this court, the shields dulled, no longer armor against danger. The coats of arms, once defined place, now faded like memory of happier times. That crown on the ground upon closer inspection had sneaker tread marks across it. It lay now flattened, disintegration evident on its edges, as if it was melted by rains, environmental elements, crushed. Sometimes the good life is just an illusion. That crown on the ground was the complimentary little escape from reality, where kids get to be kings and queens while indulging in meaty feasts at the local Burger King. Crown on the ground.
So you just gonna close us out with all that fire? That's what you're gonna do? That's what you're gonna do? We love you, Voice Volumes. We're so glad when you get a chance to be here with us. We appreciate you, and your words are always hitting. Please unmute yourselves and give Voice Volumes some love.
Your poem just like resurrected so many things.
Wow.
Man, like
That's how you
close it out.
they had to shut out this one McDonald's because they said black youth were going all crazy and wild here in Canada. And when you were telling that story, like it made me realize like people are just ignorant. They're not yet ready to listen to young people and realize that young people are beyond that shit. Anyway, one love.
People bathe in their blissful ignorance, Zonkonto. Happily. They glaze their damn French fries with it and they eat that shit up like hogs of slop, man. Leave it.
Yeah, I love the French fries reference.
Damn.
Respect.
Right? Tell us how y'all feel. I mean, don't hold back or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. You know what I mean? Say it to our faces. Don't send it to the law and make it look like that's how our young people actually act. This ain't it.
They don't say it to
No,
our
it
face.
ain't
They
it.
send Sambo to say it to us.
Yeah, they want us to sambo, dance through the sambo shit.
Dance, Sambo, dance all the way to McDonald's to get your goddamn it. Come on, man. Come on.
Listen, let me tell you something. I know a brother named Baba Ngama. He said, I ain't come here to tap dance. So please understand that is the lesson for the evening, right? We ain't tap dancing for nobody. We keep no truth out our mouth. We shy away from no honest creature, right? We lift everyone who is vulnerable enough and brave enough to step into this space. It's not easy to put yourself out there, right? Not knowing what the response is going to be. In this room, we have the benefit of love being the first and last agenda. That's not the truth everywhere. That's why we love it here. That's why we invite you back every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, to catch us here on this Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the New Eureka Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening, each and every Thursday night. They call me Ray Jane. That's Rayjane. CP Mays talked about a Jane, but I don't think it was me. I don't think I wasn't the same Jane. It was a different Jane. But you know what I'm saying? If ever you need a friend out in this world, you need somewhere to be, whether you're ready to share or not, we invite you back here. If this is your first time and you like what you heard, whether you're out here in the Zoomverse with us or out in YouTube land, Twitter, Facebook, we want you in this Zoom space with us, right? Don't be afraid. Travel to the poetry. Look at that man, Elemental. He came across the whole United States to put his hands on the bricks, to get real intimate with the place where it all started for us, to reignite this passion, right? Keep it going, right? Sometimes you got to get a little bit of that power in your veins and you need other people to donate it to you. And thank you all for being so unselfish with your power this evening, right? That's what's up. And I promised somebody who I think is still here that I would sing a little bit of Tony Braxton before we go. And shit, it's already late. It's 11:30. Might as well do it, right? We already ran over. Okay, and any request you make of me, I do my best to honor it. Okay, I don't know what my voice gonna be like at 11:30, but we gonna find out together. Okay, go do it together. Yes. Okay. Woo, I'm breaking my heart at 11:30. All right, let's do it. Okay. You know she was singing low. Okay. Oof. Don't leave me in all this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain. Come back and bring back my smile. Come and take these tears away. I need your arms to hold me now. The nights are so unkind. Bring back those nights when you held me beside me. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I cried so many nights, unbreak my heart, my heart. Aye, that's as good as I got, y'all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is here. We gonna start it with love. We gonna keep the love going, and we gonna end it with love. So I invite you to unmute yourselves, and for the next few seconds, throw your love into the atmosphere. We love you. We're holding you. If nobody else is for you, know that we are. Okay? Ryan, you gonna count to 10, and then we gonna get out of here. We gonna go to bed. Okay? All right, please unmute yourself. Throw that love out there. We love you.
Listen,
So
y'all. Make
amazing
sure you
that we
give
are
it
a
up for the
tribe like
dopest
this.
hostess in the Zoom
So
verse, the one and
brilliant
only
that
Ray
we get
Jane,
to
who
move
have
it into
been
the
rocking
sky.
on Thunder
Life is
Zone
short.
Thursdays. Get
Let's
your
use
life
words
in
to make it
Thank you
Thursday
longer.
so
night,
much,
y'all.
everyone,
You're
for the
rocking with the
incredible
dopest
Salute
hostess
the
in the
members,
Zoom
the
verse with
staff,
the legendary music
audio,
speaking Poets
and
Cafe, y'all.
everybody in
It
the
has truly been
space.
a
Salute
pleasure.
CP Mays.
Every poet
Wednesday
who
next
came
week.
this evening,
Wednesday
everybody who
next
touched the
week.
stage,
CP
y'all
Mays,
are
we got this.
incredible.
We got
Wednesday
this.
next week.
Wednesday next
Y'all
week.
are
We got
incredible.
this on lock. Yeah, yeah,
This,
yeah.
y'all are a part of
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
this.
yeah.
All of this. That's what all of this.
Thunder
All of y'all are
love
part of
You
this.
better take us out of here, because you know he
All of
gonna
this.
keep hollering.
God's gonna let it
It's the
ride.
thunder,
We
elemental.
are, man. Call the bomb.
Spell it right.
Real.
Spell it right. Put the two